Fascinating match to kick off the night. Dave Chisnall against Michael Smith, quarter-finalist last year. Chizzy getting a 170 along the way, but it wasn't enough. 9 180s from Smith, 104.59 average. Chizzy tried his best, but it's Smith who celebrates a big win and a place in the quarter-finals. Michael Smith, 10-7 victory over Dave Chisnall. Up next, Michael Van Gerwen against Steve Beaton. Peter Wright, Adrian Lewis will be tasty. And the last remaining BDO player, Martin Adams, takes on the Hurricane Kim Hybrechts. Michael Smith's reward for that victory, a showdown with either Peter Wright or Adrian Lewis. Next up though, Van Gerwen against Beaton.
Thank you. Who will stay and who will go? We're about to find out as we come to the knockout stages of the Singapore Grand Slam of Darts, coming to you live on Sky Sports from the Civic Hall, Wolverhampton. And all brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation. Time to meet the players and the former Lakeside champion. Ladies and gentlemen, the bronze medalist, the one, the only, Steve Beaton! And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the Netherlands, he is the reigning world #1 and the former champion of the world, mighty Michael Van Gerwen.
Sea of green at the Wolverhampton Civic, the Grand Slam, the only PDC major MVG's yet to win. He's only dropped 4 legs on his way to this stage of the competition. Listen to that. Steve Beaton won't be intimidated though. Former Lakeside winner, 2010 semi-finalist, showed real fighting spirit in a 5-4 defeat to Martin Adams. He never gives up. will come under the cosh from Michael van Gerwen. But can Steve Beaton cause an almighty upset? Rod Harrington and Rod Studd, your commentators.
Good evening, Dave. Thanks very much. Yes, Steve Beaton, one of only 5 players in the history of the Grand Slam of darts to have made it out to the group stage with only 1 win. Both his losses were by 5-4, and that's the reason he managed to get through on the leg difference. By contrast, Michael van Gerwen breezed through, topping his group for the 5th consecutive year with a tournament average of 105, far and away the best of the 16 qualifiers for this stage. Bookmakers make him 1-25. 25 quid on to win a quid, Rodney. Steve Beaton 12-1 against. Has he got any hope, the Adonis?
Well, if you look at the stats, you just can't see that he can win this game. But sometimes, you know, we have seen Michael van Gerwen go off the boil at times, and if he does, that's when Steve Beaton has got to make hay while the sun's shining, because it doesn't shine very often when you're playing this man. You have a look at the stats, you know, he's hit 21 40s to Michael's 13. Appreciate that Steve has played a lot more legs. So he's got the bottle, he's got the experience. Has he got the darts?
57.
Well, he has literally got the darts in this opening leg, Steve Beaton, in a race to 10. We've already seen a thrilling victory for Michael Smith over Dave Chisnell. After this, snakebite Peter Wright takes on Adrian Lewis, and then at the end of the evening it'll be Kim Huybrechts against Martin Adams. Is this our first maximum? It is, you know. To leave double 12. The double that thwarted him on his 9-dart attempt, and Beaton responds. Six. And a break and throw in the first leg.
Yes, the very last dart finds the double 6, and Steve Beaton would have been looking over van Gerwen's shoulder saying, give me a break. There's a 15-dart leg from van Gerwen. When you play van Gerwen, you must be thinking, well, I know he's going to roll off 3, 4, 5 legs at about level 13, 14 darts. However, he must come off the boil a little bit. It must be at times, you know, what sort of game plan do you go up against Michael? You know, do you just go, right, I'm just going to play the board? A daunting thing to do, to play the world #1 at the moment.
The way he's playing, it's quite remarkable. Well, this time just 9 darts used by MVG. Can he get it done in a dozen? Well, had Beaton been on 164, not 165, I think we'll have seen an attempt at the ball from van Gerwen. And that combination, but didn't need to, so double 16 run.
Yes, that's the second leg on the trot that Steve Beaton has left a double, just to see Michael van Gerwen take the double out and not get another visit. So Steve at the moment is 1 or 2 darts behind in these first 2 legs. However, a second 180 from Beaton is going to help. He's got to hold on to his throw here.
5 maximums in this match already. We're only in the 3rd leg. Come on, Steve. That would have left 141 for the 9-darter. What a leg, Rodders.
Unbelievable. In actual fact, that second dart was a bad dart from Michael, because the first one was perfect.
Yes, as I mentioned, Michael van Gerwen missed double 12 by an absolute mile earlier on in the tournament for a 9-dart leg. Poor old Dave Chisnell, it won't be his night if someone gets a 9-darter and halves his 30 grand prize money. He's already gone out of the competition as well this evening. 17 for tops for the Adonis.
42.
That's his first attempt at a double.
This would be painful for Steve Beaton, and you've got to feel that van Gerwen will have a dart at the bullseye. Now treble 18, he is going to get a dart at the bullseye, and the bullseye he gets. just when you thought that Steve Beaton was going to get himself back into this game. Van Gerwen, look at that face, that's frightening. That is emotion, that's adrenaline for you.
57.
Well, this Van Gerwen's fifth appearance in the last 16 of the Grand Slam. The previous four are interesting, but the one that's really interesting was 2012.
59.
When he announced his arrival in a big way. He just won the Grand Prix in Ireland. He took on Phil Taylor at that stage of the competition and ripped the power to pieces in a 10-5 romp. That was when we really sat up and thought he is back to the kind of form that he displayed as a teenage prodigy. Phil Taylor would later have his revenge in the World Championship final, but of course Van Gerwen had restored himself to the top of the darting tree by then. That was a key match, wasn't it, Ron?
It certainly was, and at the moment you can't see anybody, even Phil Taylor, Gary Anderson, taking that #1 spot from Van Gerwen. He is the one who's playing every single tournament. Well, the others are ducking out, but that's why he's keeping this high performance up. He's keeping his edge. Believes in his own ability all the time. And to be quite honest, Rodders, Steve Beaton's not doing anything wrong here, is he? It's his third maximum of the match.
Indeed, 3 maximums, 2 ton 40s, average of 104, and yet he has been afforded only 1 dart and a double by the world #1. Beaton must be thinking, what sort of thing is happening here? He must feel like he's standing in front of a runaway truck, and all he can do to stop it is just say, stop, please. This for 4-0.
Baku requires 64.
Well, he's 50% on his doubles, so one of these should go in the double-8, and it's the first one that finds the double. And Steve Beaton again is just sitting there waiting to have a pop at the double. He's not getting another visit.
This is reminiscent of a game they played at Championship League Darts in 2010. The game was first to 6, it lasted 8 minutes. Michael Van Gerwen averaged 121.86. And those people who believe Championship League Darts to be a major would credit that with the world record average. 121.86. Van Gerwen complained afterwards that he'd missed a couple of darts at double.
As you would.
In that match, Rod, Steve Beaton had 1 dart at double, and it was the bullseye. Here, Steve has had 1 dart only at a double in the first 4 legs, and it looks like possibly being extended to the first 5 legs with that stat.
Well, the way the game's going, how long can Steve Beaton, you know, keep it up? Because he is keeping with him almost on the scoring power side. But as the game goes on and Van Gerwen gets further and further in front, you know, the 140s and 180s of Steve Beaton may end up as the tons and the 85s and 81s, so...
He couldn't find the red bit. Well, he's found the red bit at the end of the visit to leave tops. Well, Steve should now get a shot at double 5, at the bullseye. That only his 2nd dart and a double in the match. Goodness me, that was a darting demolition job par excellence from Michael Van Gerwen. He has just run 5 legs straight. Steve Beaton only had 2 darts and a double, and Van Gerwen, averaging 106, has romped into a 5-0 advantage. He's already halfway to the quarter-finals.
What a view, Eric. This is superb. What?